Okay, so I want my makeup to stay on all day, and so I need a primer. And right now this is the only primer I have, which I really like, but I don't know if this is what's making my skin break out or if it's just because I haven't used this for a while, but on days when I need my makeup to stay, I use this. You don't need very much. And you leave it like that. I literally make that joke every time I use this product. Okay, so once that's on, then I move on to foundation because it's gonna be a long day. So I'm gonna move on to a little bit of a heavier foundation, something made to resist, something that is made to last, just because I want it to last. I don't want to have to keep touching up because I don't have time between appointments. So I'm gonna use Taunt Resist YSL, and I'm gonna use this brush by MAC. It's the 187 Special Edition. If this looks too dark for your skin, which I'm thinking it might be a little dark, I'm going to mix a lighter color in there. So I'm going to take a little bit of my Pollen Joe. I love this foundation. Protective Fluid Foundation. Yeah. And mix it in there. So I don't want to look too pale, but my skin is not totally dark like it usually is in the summer because I've been working. Okay. So then I usually just dab at the places that need coverage first. And under my eyes, of course. Not over my nose. You guys know I don't cover up my freckles. But definitely around my nose. Okay, and I'm doing a lot of blending, I realize that, but people are really close to me at work when they work with me because I'm just, personal shopping with them and everything. So, like, having non-blended foundations is just really not cute. And even if people aren't close to you, you want to blend it out. Okay, so there we go. That's all finished. So I used, again, this combo. So this is my lighter shade and my darker shade. Now I need to set that with some powder. Some of you might like to use a big fluffy powder brush, but I'm going to use Handy Bookie by Bare Essentials, and my powder is just the Chanel loose powder in natural. And I just take a little bit in the top and swirl it. Tap. Buff. So Bare Minerals back in my day when that's what I used. It's like my first brand of makeup. Okay. So I'm just going to keep buffing that powder into the skin because it's super fine powder and it's definitely not powdery when you put it on, but if you don't buff it into the skin, like if you have those little hairs on your nose, that sounds really weird, but like those tiny ones, the powder, you can kind of see it stuck wherever you have like those little hairs. Keep wanting to say cilia, but that's not on your face. It's inside your nose, isn't it? So this is just going to help the makeup stay on, and I do pat first and then I buff just so I'm not rubbing away the foundation. But because the YSL dries pretty fast, you don't have to worry too much about, like, there's no sticky feeling after you put it on. Sometimes when I put on foundation, like CoverGirl Aqua Smoothers, I have to wait like 10 minutes for it to dry a little bit because if I put the powder on, it's going to be like a wet mess. But this dries pretty quickly, so you can go ahead and get started on your powder. Okay, and that is how it looks. Pretty nice coverage from the foundations, and these little spots, if you saw them in like real life, I mean, I guess I could cover them with a little concealer. I don't know how well that's gonna work. So, well, they look fine to me, and I don't want to drown them in product. They're actually they're not very dark. At least to me, they don't look dark on camera, they do, but they're nothing to worry about. So I'm not going to try to like put pounds of concealer on them. Okay, next I'm going to do a little contouring. This can get dangerous because your face, if you contour too wide and not in a concentrated spot, your face can start looking drastically different than your neck. So watch out. I'm going to take my Tokidoki bronzer in Diavolina. I did a review on this. And it has a little bit of a shimmer in it, which is not usually something I would use for contour, but I really like the shade because it's brown, not orange. Something I also use for contour is Solar Riche, but I can only use this when I'm tan because it's literally almost orange. It's from MAC. So I take this on my handy buki and I do like motions like this. And it creates like a pretty sharp line. And then I do tiny circular motions and blend that up to my temples and just down a little bit near my jaw. Cool. Okay. And it would look a little unnatural if you didn't have any bronzer on your nose. So I do it kind of on the sides of my nose and then blend it. It looks super pale in this light. Okay, and then I always take some more, and these two like muscle lines on my neck, I do those just because it provides a place to put the bronzer. It provides a place to put the bronzer instead of just like randomly putting bronzer here, which you definitely would not get tan there. So it just adds a little sneaky place to put the bronzer so that it blends into your neck. Okay, so that's that. Nothing too drastic, nothing too heavy. And since we're fall inspired today, I'm going to use kind of a warmer, ruddier blush, and I'm going to be using Madly by NARS. It's a good combination of like a dusty rose blush and a bronzer. That's what it reminds me of. So I'm not going so much for like the pink or really bright anything because my outfit is supposed to be fall inspired too. So yeah. So yeah, that's it for the face makeup. Now for eyes, I'm not going to do too much. I am just going to take a where's my double-sided brush? My double-sided Naked 2 brush. I don't have a ton of time, so there's that. I am going to take this color right here, which I feel like is Sable or something like that, and blend that just right onto my lids. Doesn't have to be perfect because it is fall inspired. So I want the look to be a little bit just smoky and a little bit rugged because that's my style. So I want the whole lid to be like a smoky brown. And I'm going to darken it up with a matte brown in the outer corners and into the crease, just so that there's a little bit more gradient. But I definitely want to keep it really, really metallic. So, and then I use Naked Lunch right in the center. And then I'm going to take Naked Lunch again, and that's going to be my blending color that I'm going to blend up toward my brow bone and into the inner corner. Okay. So I'm going to darken that again with the matte brown in the outer corner and then sweep it under a little bit. And then Naked Lunch and mix the metallic brown. So here's Naked Lunch and here's the metallic brown. And blend, put that Naked Lunch onto the lid, blend it into the inner corner. It's a little too light. So just keep playing with these colors until they you can manipulate them how you want. Okay, and then whenever you're ready, take your Naked Lunch and just use that to blend the rest of the color into the brow bone. Okay, easy. So after that, I always use a liner just because I feel like that's flattering on my face. So I use this liner by Urban Decay in Perversion. Okay, there is the liner. So now I'm just going to curl my lashes and put on some mascara. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to let this dry. So for my lip products, I am going to use, okay, let's see. I will use Urban Decay 24 Glide On Lip Pencil in Gash. I'll do something dark for fall. Okay, and then over that I'm going to put this YSL lipstick in, it's Rouge Pure Shine and N8JAB8. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it looks like this, and it has gold sparkles in it. Focus, okay, or not. Because it, the liner can feel a bit dry. So yeah, that's going to go in my makeup bag for the day. Because I'm going to be wearing those. Okay, so now my lashes are ready to curl and mascara with Tarina Tarantino Fleur de Lash. And I always do lower lashes just because I want to look like a doll. Okay, so now my lashes are done. Everything's done. That's the makeup for the fall look. Yeah, so that's basically the makeup for the fall look, or for the anniversary sale at least. So now I'm gonna I'm gonna take this Free People blouse and layer it over this Gilly Hicks tank I have. And I'm going to top it off with this Guess fur vest. Yeah, so that's my outfit, and you can always button this vest here, but I like to leave it open. So that's what I'm going to be wearing to the Nordstrom first day of the anniversary sale. And this is the makeup, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.